Hello ladies and gents, I am the Rev. We are back with more Between the Stars. And when we last left off, we were right in the middle of all the shizite. Just jumped into a massive battle after leaving one. Now we gotta try and make it down to the surface of the moon. I don't know who or what we're gonna run into.
Warp in the vicinity, Captain.
Man your battle stations!
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
For a sec. Whew. Our hull is still at 100%. Oh, right on. Nope. Didn't get anything new. Okay. No new weapons, so... That was pretty good. 3-on-1. We did pretty good. You follow the controller's instructions and land in one of the outer spaceports. The ships of the Renegade Army are beginning to arrive at Sol Invictus, wreaking havoc on the lunar surface. Sheep has managed to coordinate 2 attacks, although the bulk of the forces have focused on the assault on Maiden Abyss. Now that the first attack has been successful, the rest of the fleet will soon reach the solar system to reinforce the offensive. You've come very far. The Republic has finally managed to advance into an enemy territory, and the Renegade Army has acquired a strategic point. Now Sheep's first fleet offers you a distraction inside the Children of the Sun's headquarters. You won't get a better chance, so you must do everything in your hand. Leave the ship. You run through the facilities, coming across several platoons that are going in the opposite direction. Nartos had planned for the attack, so the Children have already deployed the vast majority of their units to stop the enemy advance. Despite Nartos' words before leaving for Alpha Centauri, there's still no trace of the Emperor or of the Phoenix in the solar system. He and his squad may have been intercepted by the enemy, delaying their arrival, or even Valis' investigation may have forced him to stay in the labs. In any case, you must hurry. Nartos would never leave Sol Invictus unprotected, no matter how scarce the Renegade Army probabilities of success are. Yeah, we want to rescue the prisoners and Bradley, because if he ever gives, or the lab, because at this point, I don't think the prisoners are going to be able to help us in any way, really. So that means go to the lab. As you move towards Vanill's laboratory, you see fewer and fewer soldiers. As far as you know, the only high-ranking officers can access the place. The Children's commanders and squad leaders are too busy taking on the Renegade Army, and besides Nartos and Dr. Vanleth himself, only the science team can access the lab. You rest your hand on the opening of the hatch, and it opens, allowing you in. Though some of the scientists are still working around the huge tanks, there's not the hustle and bustle you saw the first time you visited the lab. One of the scientists recognizes you and runs to you. I will let him come closer. Dr. Bert Hoffman reporting, Commander Astra. Dr. Vanis has left me in charge as head of the laboratory while he coordinates the team from Alpha Centauri. The Renegade Army is attacking Sol Invictus, Dr. Hoffman. You and your team must leave immediately. Oh, Doctor ordered us to continue the investigation without interruption. All right, you know what? Let's try doing it in order. See if we get it. 8. That looks like a 1 and a 7. What? I'm sorry, Commander. The Emperor himself ordered us to strictly follow Dr. Valent's instructions. He said that the investigation should never be interrupted, and that's what we're going to do. I'm afraid the best I can do for you is send a transmission to the doctor and await his response. Let's try it again. Man takes a step back and sighs. Okay, I'll let the rest of the team know, and we'll go back to the pavilions. Working in these conditions is too dangerous anyways. Hoffman informs the other scientists, and they leave the room. As soon as you are alone, you nod at your crew, who advance through the laboratory, shooting down the security cameras. Calculator. Set the explosive charges. The crew places enough explosives around the lab to blow it up. In the meantime, you place a small camera that broadcasts the image to your portable terminal. It won't take long for the children to realize that something's going on. As soon as they get close, you'll activate the detonator and eliminate as many children of the sun as possible. Ooh, that's kind of vicious. The engineering team finally confirms that the explosives are ready. You nod to show your approval and head towards the tanks to free the prisoners. Along with Harris and Young, you open the cover of one of the tanks and remove John Banner from inside. Carefully, you extract all the wires and plugs from his body until you reach the huge tube in his mouth. You pull it and shudder when more than half a meter of it finally comes out. Yeah, breathing tube. Ugh. You take a uniform out of one of the bags and you put it over him. You look up Harris and ask him to wake. You look at Harris and ask him to wake him up. You know it'll be extremely painful, but you have no choice. You can't leave Sol Invictus and escape the children while your men are carrying several bodies. Wake up, Doc! How you feeling, dude? Banner looks at you, but you get no response despite being awake. He seems seriously shocked. Do you know where you are? Banner is still completely silent. At first glance, he doesn't appear seriously injured. His mind, on the other hand, is gone. You don't know what kind of torture the children have subjugated him to, but right now he's unable to say a single word. Get him dressed and up. All right, come on, kids, let's go. You meet up with the rest of the crew and prisoners who are already awake. Some of them are captains of the Republic who were caught during the war. Others are just dissidents or traitors in the eyes of the children of the sun. Now that they're all dressed up and armed, you'd better leave the area before the children's reinforcements arrive. You got to get out of here, Cap. You slowly pass by Young, leaving your crew behind, and head towards a tank located at the other side of the laboratory. You know there's nothing you can do about it anymore, but you can't just walk away. Rest your hand on the glass and feel your eyes tear up. Hey, Jane. Jane Scott had always been like this, brave, honorable, and a great friend. After your promotion to captain, Jane threw a small party at the Genesis to celebrate. It was indeed the first time you had ever seen balloons and cake on a warship's command bridge. Not many people would believe it if you told them. Scott, the Republic's heroine, the same woman who devastated entire armies, laughing and joking like a kid along with her crew. Burton and his insufferable snoring, Diaz, who had the memory of an elephant and a deep sense of justice, even Ryder and his uncanny ability to detect sarcasm. You were going to miss them all. Time to say bye. A long tear runs down your cheek as you remember the day you left the Genesis. Scott and her crew gave you a small package as a parting gift containing the MyCore that had been with you throughout your adventure and which you've treasured. Even if our paths part, you'll always be one of ours. As my module is our gift. Should take care of you and your men. As we've done with you, we're proud of you, Ravenite. You'll be a great captain. Your throat tightens and tears start pouring as you hit the tank's glass with your fist. You owe everything to those people, and you haven't been able to protect him. Sorry, Jane. Sorry. A hand on your shoulder makes you regain your composure. You look back and you see your entire crew. You wipe your tears as you search your bag for the last explosive charge. Not only have the children finished her off, they've stripped her of all dignity. The idea of Nartos and Valeth experimenting with her corpse, desecrating her body and memories makes you sick. You can't just leave her like this, completely naked and submerged in a tank with hundreds of cables attached to what's left of her body. Take the charge and set it right on the tank's glass. That's all you can do for her at the moment. Until Nartos' men pay for their crimes, Jane Scott won't rest in peace. You leave the lab along with the others. Although you've come across several platoons, it seems the children of the sun haven't yet realized what just happened. Although this won't last long, the command room controllers have been able to see what's going in the lab until you shut down the security cameras, so you'll soon have to face the consequences. So they would have already saw him going in. So our cover's blown, I guess. Although you're several meters underground, you can perfectly hear the cannon shooting and ships hitting the surface. You turn a corner and a shot hits on the wall next to you. It seems the children are already aware of your presence. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Crap. We're going to use the 2 points for that. All right. Oh, crap. Oh, dude. Ah! Get some. Oh. Yeah. Because I don't trust this, that we're not going to get into another fight before we leave here. You advance by opening fire on the soldiers who are trying to stop you. More and more children of the sun run after you. You're running out of time. Despite the fact that a large part of the children's forces are fighting outside the moon, Sol Invictus is still full of soldiers in your search. If they manage to block your progress before reaching the hangar, you'll be lost. You look at your terminal while you're on the run. There's only one solution that can distract the children, and that is to blow up the lab. You would have liked to wait for some soldiers to be inside, but it's the only way to avoid more squadrons chasing you to the hangar. I'll take care of it from now on, Jane. Oh. You insert the core in the slot and activate the lever that turns the system on. There's no response. The indicators don't move. Nartos had mentioned that the Genesis core... What? Was damaged. What? Thought there was going to be an explosion. Otherwise, you would have been bothered to develop a copy, leaving the original at Sol Invictus. Deep down, you knew it. Although you never wanted to accept the possibility, somehow you were hoping it would work. You try to think as fast as you can. Maybe your Mai can help get the ship off the ground. You won't be able to face the children's ships, but if you're able to take off, at least you'll have a small chance to flee. As soon as your hand touches the core, the electric shock sends you through... shock sends you thrown back with such force that you hit the wall with your head. You cough a few times and wipe blood from your mouth with your uniform sleeve. In the rush, you've got to turn off your power system. The sound of the ship operating makes you look up at the indicators, which rapidly reach the optimal levels. Maya, it's me. Brave night. Children of the Sun are at war with the Interstellar Republic. We're in Sol Invictus. We have to get out of here immediately. An unfamiliar voice comes from the intercom, an almost inaudible whisper that chills your blood. It hurts, Scott. Ooh. The lights go off and on a few times until the energy flow finally stabilizes. This isn't normal at all. Again, a voice comes out. The transmissions. Yeah, it just jumped us ahead all the way to our ship. What the hell? Captain, what are you doing? All systems are ready. We must leave Sol Invictus. You run through the corridors of the Genesis to the command bridge. Genesis? What? Stopping at the captain's station, the place where you had so often seen Jane sitting was now empty, waiting for you to take over. You look through your terminal at the laboratory, and in the background of the image, you see the tank where Captain Jane Scott's body rests. You activate the detonator and the explosion shakes all of Sol Invictus. You lose the image on your monitor. We're on board the Genesis, the Interstellar Republic's flagship, and all that it represents. The ship has belonged to the greatest soldier ever in our entire fleet, and now we're taking her place. We'll give our lives before throwing or allowing the children to take her back. Who yells, "Yeah, Cap." That boy. Ooh, that was a little rough there. All
Captain,
right,
the AI core readings are anomalous. It seems the system is unable to communicate with us.
Oh, we are
Will
back
we be
in
able
that
to
ship.
fight?
Yes, sir. The flow is unstable, but it seems to respond to our requests.
That'll be more than enough. Prepare your weapons. We'll destroy any approaching children's ships.
How did we wind up on this ship? On the I'm
Enemies within range.
okay.
Fire at will.
Enemies within range.
Fire at will.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Such destructive power.
Don't let your guard down. If the Genesis were invincible, we wouldn't be here.
Don't be intimidated! We'll raise the solar system!
That sheep? What's he doing here? Wasn't he taking care of Nova Magna?
Let's talk about that once we've dealt with those ships trying to kill us.
That was the last ship, Captain.
We're not done yet. More enemies incoming.
We don't have time for this. We must go after Nardos.
As long as enemy ships continue to arrive, we can't leave the area, Captain.
We'll finish them off and move on.
How many of them are there?
Less complaining, more shooting.
Whew.
Target down, Captain.
Let's keep our heads clear. There are still enemy ships.
Whew.
Do not leave a single child of the sun alive!
Stop, it's us!
Damn it! Do not open fire on the Genesis! They're with us! Ignore them and crush the rest of the Children of the Sun ships!
Alright, we're just gonna hover out here in this on
More
the
enemy
edge for a
ships
sec.
incoming!
We'll take care of them! Give us covering fire!
Oh, my ship
Go
didn't
away!
get away.
I'll pay you 200 credits for every Children's ship you destroy! Show no mercy!
How are you doing, sheep?
Are you kidding? I was born for this day! I won't leave a single child alive in this sector!
Nope, one left.
The Aquinians are back! It's time for revenge! That was close. I thought you were another children's ship. What are you doing here?
We left Sol Invictus aboard the Genesis after destroying Vanless Lab and rescuing the prisoners, but the children intercepted us. What about you? I thought you were leading the assault on Nova Magna.
My scouts have spotted the Phoenix Destroyer along with several enemy squadrons heading for Sol Invictus. I'm going to kill Nardus, here and now. Take your crew and leave the sector. I'll take care of this.
No way! The Emperor and I still have unfinished business. I'm not gonna let you face him alone.
Damn, how is this possible? A dozen ships have been wiped off the map instantly!
It's him, sheep. If we want to beat Nardos, we'll have to fight together. Now only the Genesis can fight him.
All right, Captain. It's time to put an end to this.
Well, first time I got into the ship, I was so confused, I died. So if you guys wonder what the weird edit is, but we're going to stop right there. And we will go take and kill the Emperor in the next episode. At least we're going to try. So please keep your heads down, your ships up, and I'll see you again real damn soon.